Hello, my fellow YouTubers. This is Roy back again. Let's do a follow up here on my vacuum chamber. Um, it's you can see how thin the glass is. Didn't hold up good on minus 30 vacuum. But there were some things I wanted to show you with this, very important. And we'll start off. I'm getting ready to make another one, which is going to be even cooler and different than this one. We're gonna put I'll have it to where I can open the top, so it's one of those clip tops, and I'm going to put a filter, and the filter is going to be made up of we're going to try a couple different materials of filters. Now, to start off with, as far as filter, I do have this right here is nickel, real thin. I do have copper. I do have aluminum. That's galvanized. And I do have some brass. This is tin. And I also have some brass screening. Now that's what I was looking for, was the brass screen. Where is that brass screening? Here it is. So I can get this screening in different materials, and that's what I want to do. Get it in aluminum, brass, copper, and steel. And what I'm going to show you guys is a couple tests that I've been doing. Was I would fire up, I come out of the NST into the spark gap and into the primary right here. I come out of the bottom of the secondary and the top of the secondary, so you have a plus and a negative. And I would run, what I did was I ran the positive here and the negative here, and the center was just the vacuum itself. And I made little holes in there to vacuum everything towards the center. Now, what I did with my experiments, one of the reasons I made this, to see if I could transfer atoms through plasma and catch them, and before they go to ground. And what I didn't mention is the bottom one that went to the negative side of the secondary also was tapped and went to the ground rod. So everything was going towards the ground, and I didn't have a filter in there because I had the vacuum there. So this time we're going to put filters there. And the reason is, I tried a couple experiments, and the one that I was fascinated with was I put a aluminum top load on there and connected just to the aluminum. So it's the high potential, which is what's at the top of the Tesla coil as a positive, pulled and absorbed some of the atoms from the aluminum into this. And I'm going to show you what I have in the results here. Now, this is the top one. And let me see. This one, you can see the green. And the green is the copper. And then on this one, you can see green. But also, you see some silver on there, like aluminum. So where the vacuum was in the middle, it was pulling the aluminum. Because something has to pull the aluminum. There's something pulling it. And then here, this is mostly aluminum. So this one here was the top one, and it caught a lot of aluminum. atoms. It's almost like electrolysis, where you could plating. You can plate, but we just did it with plasma. And that was the reason I built this, to see if I could do it, and it's showing up on the copper. The next experiment it will be a different chamber, because I knew it's going to be trial and error, and the chamber, like I said, will have a lid, and I'll be able to change the filters, and the filter will catch. It's supposed to catch, and we'll see it showing up in color. So if we put a top load over there of aluminum, a top load of brass, different materials, that it's going to transfer through, be pulled through with the high potential, and then it shows up in here in vacuum. All right, guys, leave your comments. Stay tuned for the new adventures. Adios.